morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today we need to take a look at some new cards that have been officially revealed from the upcoming expansion Paldea Evolved. And I'm going to start off with what is, it's the coolest reveal. Let's be honest with you. It's Chi-Yu. Pokemon have gone and officially revealed the special illustration rare of Chi-Yu, and I love this, ladies and gentlemen. I absolutely love this. Now, of course, this was a card we all assumed was going to be in the set, but it's not one that we actually had confirmed yet. Because although we did have some of the Treasures of Ruin on the booster packs, that was, of course, Ting-Lu and Chen Pao, not Chi-Yu. And this is a card that hadn't been revealed yet. Now, we assumed it was going to be in the set, don't get me wrong. But as with all of these, it's really important to note that until the card is actually revealed somewhere, we don't have that confirmation that it is definitely 100% coming in the set. There's always a chance it ends up being taken out for some reason or other. That is definitely not happening. Job's a good un. Chi-Yu is in. And of course, it has got the absolutely ridiculously stunning artwork by Akira Igawa, who has been absolutely knocking it out the park lately. For those of you that aren't paying as much attention to the artists as I am, I think one that you'll definitely recognize them from are the gold cards, including the Arceus from Crown Zenith. Though that set of 4 gold cards in Crown Zenith, that was Igawa. Also, incidentally, doing great work over on the One Piece TCG, which is really rather awesome. Big fan of Igawa. Hope they keep doing amazing art for the Pokemon TCG for many years to come, because goodness me, it's awesome. And Chi-Yu is actually an extremely cool card. Basic Pokemon, single energy, discard the top 2 cards of your opponent's deck. And this is what I like to see as a lovely bonus. I don't think you're going to be able to make a mill deck with this. I think just getting rid of 2 cards a turn is not enough, honestly. What I also think, however, is that if you're playing this, it's going to be kind of awesome, because there are going to be some turns where your opponent, desperately needs their last energy to win the game. If you can hit the energy with this, you win. Like, straight away, no questions asked, you hit the energy, you instantly win. It's a great little bonus. Sometimes you will find games, you play enough games, you will find a game where your opponent has 1 or 2 cards left in the deck, and you can just mill them and instantly win, and that's kind of amazing. So this one's on my radar. We've also got the attack Flame Surge, 100 damage, 2 energy. Choose up to 3 of your Pokemon. For each of these Pokemon, search your deck for a basic fire and attach it to that Pokemon. And this attack, I am very clear that essentially, if you have the opportunity to take a KO using this attack, you have to take a KO using this attack. I love it. Because if you've got a Pokemon in front of you with 100 or less HP remaining, or 200 or less and weakness, what you can basically do is take the KO with this, while accelerating free energy, and that's lovely. As a side note, do remember that Magma Basin is a thing, so you getting your second energy here shouldn't be an issue. Play Chi-Yu, attach an energy, Magma Basin, job's a good un, ladies and gentlemen. Job's a good un. So yeah, huge fan of Chi-Yu, think it's great, love the artwork, life is good. But there are a couple of illustration rares, not special illustration rares, just regular illustration rares, which have been revealed as well, which I think we need to have a look at, including this Tyranitar. Check out how amazing this Tyranitar is. It's amazing, ladies and gentlemen. It's amazing. This is one of those cards where we've yet to see the full image over in Japan. We've just not seen it yet. It's not been put up on the website, so the best we've got is scans like this from Japanese shops. Unless you're able to get the card and see it in person. We've not got a great clear image. So then when we get this image sent out, and don't get me wrong, right? The first blurry images we saw popped online on release day for this card made it look great. But it's not until you actually see it in a real big scan like this that you realise quite how redonkulous this card is. It is an absolutely stunning piece of artwork, and I absolutely love it. And also you got all the birds and all, and that's lovely. But it's actually a really interesting card as well. Now, it's not... Okay, look, if it wasn't a stage 2, it would be great. But it is a stage 2, and obviously if it wasn't a stage 2, they'd have to kind of rein the attacks back in a little bit. So it's a stage 2, all right? We know it's a stage 2. I've told you it's a stage 2. The fact that it's a stage 2 is awkward. Can we all acknowledge that and move on with our lives? Because the attacks are really good. 1 energy, 30 plus 30 for each your opponent's bench. They've got a full bench. You deal 180 for a single energy. That's phenomenal. But then we've also got 2 energy, 230, discard the top 4 cards of your deck. And alright, discarding the top 4 cards of your deck isn't ideal. But 230 means you're basically going to be KOing 2 prize Pokemon with a single prize Pokemon. That's kind of ridiculous. And do remember that in Astral Radiance, we did get Dark Patch back, which means that you can essentially attach for turn, Dark Patch an energy from your discard, and then you're ready to roll. That sounds kind of good. And we are left with a very impressive card indeed. I legit love this. The artwork is absolutely stunning. I think we all want one of these in our binder. And sure, I will concede that it's a stage 2 and that's all good from a playability standpoint, but it's still a super interesting card. I'm a little bit excited, and if I may be so bold as to suggest, maybe you should be a little bit excited too. Now, there are some other artwork rares that have gone and been revealed. One of my favourites in the entire set is Paldea and Wooper. Partly it's because Paldea and Clodsire is just one of my very, 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 very favourite Pokemon. In terms of Gen 9, it's my second favourite. Well, that and Fuecoco are joint first. They are the 2 best. But also, just look at the artwork. It's brilliant. It's adorable. It's actually very reminiscent of the Sandile that we got in Scarlet and Violet. In that it's just kind of sitting, chilling with its head poking out. Okay, fine, Paldea and Wooper is mud, and Sandile was, well, as the name might suggest, sand. But they're still very, very similar in terms of style here, in terms of the design, and I love it. I think it's really cool. In terms of the card, I mean, look, it's an evolving basic. It's fine. You do get to search your deck for a stadium card, which is actually really relevant because Paldea and Clodsire's got that ability whereby you get to automatic poison if you've got a stadium in play. So that's rather lovely. But yeah, it just looks awesome. And we had the official reveal of the first ever Cerulege card. Remember, Armorous was in Scarlet and Violet, and for what it's worth, actually did get an illustration rare in Scarlet and Violet. Armorous didn't. It was left out. We didn't get one. Well, good news, ladies and gentlemen, because there is one coming in Paldea Evolved. Although, I do have to mention, how come Armorous got the illustration rare in Scarlet and Violet, but Cerulege doesn't get one in Paldea Evolved? Like, that seems weird, right? That doesn't seem fair. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. There wasn't one in the Japanese set, and I would be very, very surprised if we saw one in Paldea Evolved, because there isn't one we're missing to pass on. Like, when we get these cards, they've generally been printed in Japan. There wasn't one. You ain't going to get one. Boo, hiss, etc. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Now, in terms of Cerulege here, it's kind of interesting. 140 HP is pretty good for a stage 1. 2 energy, 50 heal, 30. I'm going to be honest with you, it's not all that. But Psychic double colorless, 100 damage. Against an EX or Pokemon V, it does 200 damage. And damage-wise, yeah, I'm in. Like, in terms of pure damage here, this is really cool. But it's just a bit awkward. I mean, Psychic double colorless, that's not great. especially not on a stage 1, where you really want things to be kind of as easy as they possibly can be. So that's a bit annoying. And like I say, the damage is good. You're doing 200 to a Pokemon V, so you whack a choice belt on there, and now all of a sudden you're doing 230, which is the magic number to KO Pokemon V, which is great. 200 isn't so good against EXs, but it's still a nice big chunk of damage. It's just a bit of a problem, honestly, that we're in this situation where it's a free energy stage 1. Sorry about that. But we have had these cards officially revealed from Paldea Evolved. I like them, and this Chi-Yu is amazing, let's be honest. I think you should like them, but I want to know what you think about them in the comment section. So go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about Pokemon and card games and Pokemon card games, all kinds of fun things. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, all kinds of fun things. Oh, and of course, you can get shout-outs on the channel, like the lovely Wafflos, who's been a supporter of ours for a little while now and seems to be a very lovely person. So shout out to them for the support and for being a very lovely person. But by far, the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.